Shalom. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, the great millstone who rule well. Salutations to all you hopefully like Akim pushing out this word in sincerity and in truth throughout the four corners of the earth. And sincere shalom to you, Akim and Aqua, for listening and learning, preparing yourselves here in these last days. To the entire household of faith, I want to say shalom. This is Brother Quad from the DC camp. Come back at you with another lesson. And I'm entitled this one, Keep the Sabbath Day Holy. All right, which is one of our commandments that everybody knows, but doesn't understand. As the scriptures say, with all thy getting, get understanding, And when people read, in the Ten Commandments, keep it holy, it's left up into interpretation, man, which is why you're supposed to have teachers, man, the correct teachers. But Lord will, this lesson will be edifying. I wanted to do it early in the week, but this is usually when I have the time to do videos at this moment. But it has given me some time to get a few scriptures on this matter, because you got certain groups that teach that you can have sex on the Sabbath, but those same people would also tell you that they keep all the laws. Well, we're going to show you that that is against the law, man. So anyways, let me start at Exodus 20 verse 8. It says, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath day of Yahweh, thy power. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore Yahweh blessed the Sabbath and hallowed it. Okay, so I just wanted to get a couple of words out of there. The first of all, the word remember means zakar. That's the Hebrew word zakar, meaning to keep it in remembrance, man. Make record of it, make a memorial. You see. Let's get that word holy. Quadash, like we say, for the Holy Spirit. And let me get what it says. Exodus 20 and 8. Give me 1 second while I look this part up. Yeah, where did it go? Here we go. All right, so it says to set apart as sacred, consecrate, dedicate, right? Then when you actually go to the second part of the definition, it says observe as holy, keep sacred. All right, the feast, the Sabbaths. All right, this is what we did. It's also on Deuteronomy. When you look up the definition of the word sacred, it says connected with God or a god, or dedicated to a religious purpose, and so deserving veneration. All right, so that's what the Sabbath day is. All right, and even when you look at the commandments, he spent like extensive time. It's a few verses specifically relating to the Sabbath to let you know how important it is and how important it is to the Lord. All right, now what did I get? That was holy. No, that was that was holy. All right. And then it was another one that I wanted to get. Okay, this is verse 11. Hallowed. If it's the same word. Yep, it's the same word. Kodash. Okay. So we know that the Lord wants the Sabbath day to be holy. All right, now there are certain instances, during that holy day where if you are unclean, you cannot participate in that day. and certain holy ceremonies. Now, the Sabbath day, that's a holy day. That's something that you should observe, whether it be a feast or anything, man. So you're supposed to be clean on that day. Now, let me get an example of that in the scriptures. This is Exodus 19 and verse 10. It says, "And Yahweh said unto Moses, Go unto the people and sanctify them to the day and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes." Now let me get that word sanctify for you, because it goes hand in hand. This is actually, because you got dudes talking about it's not in the law. He said and people's own words, because he said that I'm talking about Sakari, chief priest Alazar himself. He said that he used to adhere to that, no sex on the Sabbath, but through growth. Now he said through study and spiritual growth, he realized that it's not in the law, which shows you that this dude is waxing worse and worse. Because at one point he understood that this was against the law, and this is plain. But now he's getting worse and worse. So his own words is destroying him. But it is in the law, and this is one chapter before Exodus 20, when you get the 10 Commandments. All right. This is Exodus 19 and verse 10. It says, "And I want to get that word holy. Sanctify." And the word sanctify, I just wanted to show you that it's the same thing as holy in Exodus 20 and 8. All right, the word is kodash. To consecrate, sanctify, prepare, dedicate, be hallowed, be holy, be sanctified, be separate. All right. Same word. Okay. It says, where am I at with it? Okay. I'll read it again. This is Exodus 19 verse 10. It says, "And Yahweh said unto Moses, Go unto thy people and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes, and be ready against the third day. For the third day Yahweh will come down in the sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai. And thou shalt set bounds unto the people round about, saying, Take heed to yourselves." And this is what we try to tell you. Take heed to yourselves, that ye go not up into the mount, or touch the border of it. Whosoever toucheth the mount shall be surely put to death. There shall not an hand touch it, but he shall be surely stoned, or shot through, whether it be beast or man, it shall not live. Whether the trumpet soundeth long, they shall not come up to the mount. And Moses went down from the mount, and the people, and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes. Which is another thing, washing your clothes is a part of being sanctified as well. It says, "And he said unto the people, Be ready against the third day, come not at your wives." All right. There was a reason why he said, "Come not at your wives," because when you have sex, and you come, the seed come out, both you and your wife is unholy. Unclean. Same thing. Let me see. Yeah, this is definitely talking about. Let me instead of getting the definition, I'm going to get a cross reference. A Bible comparison. All right, this is a CSB. It says, "He said to the people, Be prepared by the third day. Do not have sexual relations with women." All right. It says NIV, "Then he said to the people, Prepare yourselves for the third day. Abstain from sexual relations." See, a lot of people, they just want it to say, "Do not have sex on the Sabbath" as a commandment. When you got the scriptures, you got to dig, you got to understand. It's a mystery. You got to put it together, man. you know, and it's plain to them that understand, that findeth knowledge, man. You know, let me get that commandment. Well, I wouldn't say commandment, but that example of being unclean. It's in Leviticus. All right. Let me see what I want. Okay. Yep. It's Leviticus 15. And where do I want to start? Okay. This is Leviticus 15 and verse 16. It says, and if any man's seed of copulation go out from him, then he shall wash all his flesh in water and be unclean until the even. Now, that's because the way that the days is accounted in the scriptures is from even to even. So when the day is over, this is what they would call ceremonial uncleanness, which only lasts a day, which we're gonna show you. All right. Copulation. It says act of lying, of sexual relations. All right. It says yeah, Bible comparison again. This is the CSB version. It says, when a man has emission of semen, he is to bathe himself completely with water, and he will remain unclean until the even. So when you have sex, you are unclean. All right. So then, okay, that line. I'm not even gonna go there. All right. It says, in every garment and every skin whereon is the seed of copulation shall be washed with water and be unclean till the even. All right. So now you see that you are unclean until the evening. I wanted to get that word unclean. All right. The word is tamai. Tamai. If I'm saying that correctly, it's a ta, a ma, and a ah. It says to be unclean, become impure. To be or become unclean sexually, religiously, or ceremonially. All right. To defile. So a lot of times when you look at the word defile or unclean, they're the same thing, man. Or polluted. You see? And you go into it. Now, when you go to the Strong's definition, it says, especially in the ceremonial or moral sense, contaminated, defiled, self-polluted, self. Be, make self unclean, okay? Now, let's get this example in the another example where these men understood the laws, man. These dudes who claim to keep all the laws don't understand the laws. This is where was that? Okay, yeah. This is 1 Samuel 20 and verse 24. It says, so David hid himself in the field, and when the new moon was come, the king sat him down to eat meat. And the king sat upon his seat, as at other times, even upon a seat by the wall. And Jonathan arose, and Abner sat by Saul's side, and David's place was empty. Nevertheless, Saul spake not a thing that day, for he thought, something hath befallen him. He is not clean. Surely he is not clean. And it came to pass on the morrow, which was the second day of the month, that David's place was empty. And Saul said to Jonathan his son, wherefore cometh not the son of Jesse to meat, neither yesterday nor today? All right, now, the importance of that was, for this lesson, the first day he didn't say anything because he understood that the first, matter of fact, the first day, Saul, he knew David's conscience how conscious David was of the law, and that he would rather keep away from the holy feast than to come in his uncleanness, man. But then when the second day popped up, he was like, man, there's definitely something going on. So he confronted Jonathan, and that's when Jonathan already warned King David of Saul's intentions of him, you know. Well, it wasn't King David at the time, you know, but he already warned him, and that's why David wasn't there. He hid himself in the field, you know. But the first day he let it go because he knew that he shouldn't have came around them unclean. But he realized it was more than being unclean. But that's why that was in there, man. You know, line upon line, precept upon precept, man. You know, ain't nothing missing in the scriptures, man. You see? An unclean person could not even eat consecrated food or bring it as a tithe, man. This is scriptural. You know? They would get put out of the camp. This is Leviticus 7 verse 20. It says, but the soul that eateth of the flesh of the sacrifice of peace offerings that pertain unto Yahweh, having his uncleanness upon him, even that soul shall be cut off from his people. Moreover, the soul that shall touch any unclean thing, as the uncleanness of man, or any unclean beast, or any abominable unclean thing, and eat of the flesh of the sacrifice of peace offerings, which pertain unto Yahweh, even that soul shall be cut off from his people. You see? And I got plenty scriptures on this, man. You know? And this is why Apostle Ha, he went into touching of the dead when you was unclean. And this is when they try to twist it up and try to say that he said that Yahweh Shai sent, man. Instead of just owning up that they were wrong, man. But this is what they do. Ah, man. Matter of fact, let me get this. This is Sirach 32 and verse 17. It says, a sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will. So now they're gonna be like, well, if I don't come, then I'm not unclean. Like, come on, man. You know, they're gonna keep trying to make different excuses, like trying to lie and say that men said that Yahweh Shai sent, man. You see? But anyways, man, this is not uncommon. It's actually the same spirits coming back, man. You know? Damn, it was one scripture that I wanted. Okay. Salakia. This is Ezekiel 22 verse 26. It says, her priests have violated my law and have profaned mine holy things. They have put no difference between the holy and profane, neither have they showed difference between the unclean and the clean, and have hid their eyes from my Sabbaths, and I am profaned among them. You see? So they pretty much profaning the Sabbath and profaning the Lord, man. And they teaching other men to do so, which is a grave sin, man. You know? This is Isaiah 50. It's Isaiah 56. No, Isaiah 58, verse 13. It says, if thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of Yahweh, honorable, and shalt honor him, not doing thine own ways, nor finding thine own pleasure, nor speaking thine own words. Now, what is pleasure? You can't tell me you can't tell me that sex isn't a pleasurable thing. You know? It says, then shalt thou delight thyself in Yahweh, and I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thine heritage, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob thy father, for the mouth of Yahweh has spoken it. Let me look up that word pleasure real quick, you know. And I'm not going to make this lesson too long. I'm going to close, you know. But it says delight, pleasure, delight, desire, longing, the good pleasure, that in which one takes delight. Come on now. You can't get around this, dude. You know? Nah, I'm not even gonna go deep into that. It's self-explanatory, man. If you try to wiggle your way out of that, I don't know what else to tell you, man. All right, this is Isaiah 56 and verse 2. It says, "Blessed is the man that doeth this, and the son of man that layeth hold on it, that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it, and keeping his hand from doing evil." All right, like I said, polluting. The word is halal. It says to profane, defile, pollute, desecrate, begin. It says to profane oneself, defile oneself, pollute oneself, ritually, sexually, to be polluted, to be defiled. All right. So is it not in the law? You know, dudes just need to repent. That's all. You know. And if not, then hey, that we said what we had to say, man. This is Revelation 22 and 11. It says, "He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he that is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still." Hey, so with that, Lord willing, it was an edifying lesson. Till the next one, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakadash. And I want to say, Shalom.